Hey there, what's going on internet? My name is BlackLightAttack, playing some Soldier on Gold Rush, and you guys may notice that I've actually installed the same script that I have on my Spy and my Scout class, where both my weapons are invisible, except for my melee weapon, just because, I don't know, I feel like I don't have a good measure of what my melee range is without a melee weapon, but basically for anybody wondering why I would want to turn off my weapon view model so that I'm just firing invisible weapons, it's really just a visual thing, as a visual aid. The pros do it, which is not why I do it. I'm not trying to go professional. I'm not that good at the game. But for some reason, with both Scout and Soldier, it just seems to help my gameplay. I don't do it on any other class because so far I haven't found that it's that useful for any other class. But you know, that may change in the future. We'll see. But you know, all the other classes, the classes that I do use it on, rather, I just find it useful. It's a nice little visual aid. And it keeps your screen clear from clutter, and ever since I started using it, I find that actually using the default view and seeing my shotgun or my rocket launcher on screen is actually somewhat distracting. So anybody who's wondering about that, I'll actually put a link to the script in the description. I'll put it in like a Google Doc or something, and give you quick little instructions on how to install it and how to remove it if you don't like it. I'll try to make it as foolproof as possible, but whenever you teach people how to do something on the internet, no matter how clear you make your instructions, there's always going to be pitfalls people fall into. Not everybody's running on the same operating system, not everybody has the same computer setup, and some people are just dumb, so there's just a million and one variables to account for. But anyway, I'm just sitting here fuming KB Mod over the fact that I was not even mentioned, the podcast was not even mentioned to me this week, and two of my favorite people, Gassy Mexican and Law Renee, are on as guests today, so I'm Modyo. It's not a big deal. I don't know what even goes into our decision-making process for who's going to be on the podcast, but I didn't get an email or anything. But so I'm mod about that. But you guys should check out the KB Mod podcast. Once again, I mean, Max and Renee are on, so you know it's good. And I don't know. I actually stopped watching the podcast to record this because I was like, I've been putting this off way too long. I have to get this done before it gets to be like 4 in the morning, and I'm recording at 4 in the morning once again. So I'll put a link to where you can watch the podcast. We live stream the podcast every Sunday on Twitch for those of you guys. For those of you guys who don't know, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I believe we put it up around Wednesday on our YouTube channel as well for anybody that wants to see it there. I believe it's also on. There's some podcast service that we use to get. I think you can get it on iTunes, maybe? I don't know, I could be wrong about that. But anyway, so I guess the topic I wanted to get to today, now that we're 3 minutes into a 10-minute video, is doing things for you versus doing things for other people. Now, recently I've been getting, actually, not even recently, but it seems like every time I gain a bunch of subscribers and then I show my face, it hasn't been a while since I've done a vlog or something, and then I show my face, or I tweet a picture of myself or something, people always ask, why the hell do you wear a fedora? Don't you realize it's out of style? Don't you realize that only lonely neckbeards wear fedoras? Don't you realize that that's a huge faux pas, I guess, to wear a fedora? And my question is, why do you care? But okay, so recently Reddit had an Ask Reddit thread that people linked to me, which was fedora wearers of Reddit, why? Whoa, man, I didn't realize that I was crossing the hive mind. Uh-oh. So basically, public opinion is turning against fedoras. It's apparently you look autistic if you wear one. You look like there's something wrong with you. There's such a bad connotation with wearing fedoras. But here's the thing. You're allowed to not like my hat. That's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine. I don't wear it for you. I don't wear it to impress you. I don't wear it to impress anybody. I don't wear it because I think it looks cool. I don't wear it because I'm trying to make a fashion statement. And I certainly don't wear it because I want you to like me any better. If I want you to like me, I'm going to try to make you like me by acting like a decent human being and, trying to be entertaining and trying to be funny. And the point is, I'm not going to do it through my clothes. I'm not a fashion guru. I'm not a high school girl. It just baffles me that grown men and grown women are judging each other based on what clothes they're wearing. It's a hat. It's really not, I mean, it's not like I'm wearing fucking bunny ears. It's not like I'm wearing like a coat made out of bacon like Lady Gaga or something. It's just a hat. And if you think that I think that there's something else to that, then you're being really presumptuous. Now, why do I wear the hat if I don't wear it to impress other people? I wear it for me. Now, me specifically, and this is a situation that's, you know, probably pretty unique to me. Everybody has their little thing that they need, that they need to feel comfortable, that puts them in their comfort zone. And for me, it's wearing a hat. I don't like wearing, I don't like going without a hat in public. I don't like meeting people I don't know when I'm not wearing my hat. It's kind of a weird twitch that I have. It's a character quirk of mine that I'm very uncomfortable without my hat. And if you think that that makes me look like an autistic man-child who has never had a woman touch his penis in his life, then that's fine. You're allowed to think that. I really don't give a shit. And that's something you got to think about. If you wear something that's not popular, if you have an interest that's not popular, then you have to start to ask yourself certain questions. Am I doing this to try to gain popularity? Am I doing it because I enjoy it? The answer is you should be doing it because you enjoy it. Now, if you were doing something and your only goal, you had no interest in it, like let's say you were a little bit misguided and decided that the best way to meet a woman was chess club. That's probably not true, but let's just say you watched a really poorly informed documentary and somehow you got into your head that chess club was the way to meet women. And you have no interest in chess, you're not very good at chess, but you show up to chess club every day and there's nothing but other dudes there. I'm not saying that I know women play chess, guys. This is just an example. Let's say your local chess club happens to be 95% male, and the 2 girls that are there are taken, and you show up day after day, and you're not meeting any women. At that point, you probably would want to quit chess club. If you have no interest in chess, and you're not getting the results that you came for, then yeah, it's probably okay to quit chess club. But if you go to chess club every day and you're not meeting any women, it's not going to get you any girls, but you really enjoy chess and you love chess and it makes you happy to play chess, then keep playing chess because you're not playing chess for anybody but you. And another thing, if somebody comes up to you and says, I see that you really enjoy chess, I see that you're in chess club, don't you realize that everybody who plays chess is a giant nerd and that you will never ever get any women doing that? Fuck you! Who cares if you're not going to get any women doing that? You enjoy playing chess. It's your thing. It's fun. And just for this example specifically, it's also totally not true. Just because you have a nerdy hobby, something that's commonly perceived to be nerdy, does not mean that people of the opposite gender aren't going to be into you. Now let's go back to the article of clothing argument. If you buy a hat because you want to meet people and you're hoping that people will compliment you on your hat, first of all, I can tell you that's not going to happen. It's not why I bought my hat to begin with. But in my day-to-day life, very few people even mention my hat in a good or a bad light. It really doesn't matter to other people what you're wearing as long as you don't look like a serial murderer. But let's just say, for example, that you're buying a piece of clothing, a hat, fanny pack, whatever, because you want to talk to other people. Not particularly because you believe that you will enjoy wearing it, but because you want other people to come mention it. Basically, you're buying it for someone else, not you. And then let's say that doesn't really pan out. But in the process, even though you find out that your original plan didn't really work out all that well, you find out that, hey, you actually really enjoy wearing a hat. Hey, you actually really enjoy wearing a fanny pack. You got this neat little utility pouch to carry around your Pokemon cards. That's fucking awesome. So you start wearing it. And then all of a sudden people are telling you, well, don't you know that only old white dudes wear fanny packs? Don't you know that only homeschooled kids wear fanny packs? And that's the call you got to make, because at this point, it's no longer about wearing something for someone else. It's about not wearing something for someone else. If somebody tells you that you look a certain way and it's causing a negative reaction from them due to something that you're wearing, or due to something that you're doing, or due to something that you're talking about, you have to decide whether or not you're going to stop doing or wearing or talking about that thing because of the reaction you're getting for other people. At this point, if you take off your hat, whether or not you're wearing it for other people is no longer the concern. The concern is that you're going to be taking it off for someone else and their desire for how you should look. And if that's your prerogative, that's fine, because if you're not particularly attached to wearing your hat or your fanny pack, then who gives a shit? If your point from the beginning was to impress a certain person or a certain group of people, and you're not getting the reactions that you desired, then it is fine to stop wearing something, because that was your whole point. That was your prerogative. That was your goal from the beginning. But if you have become attached to wearing it and you find out that other people don't like it, then if you take it off, you are doing it for them. And that is what I personally take an issue with, because I'm okay with people not liking how I look. I'm not okay with changing my behavior for the sake of other people and their desires for me. Now, there is sort of a gray area here, and it's kind of hard to draw the line. Where does it end? Where does it begin? But there are certain times where the overwhelming majority are probably right. Say, for example, let's go to another clothing example now. I like wearing a dildo strap to my forehead and run around saying I'm a manicorn. Why? Because it's practical. Somebody comes up and nudges me and says, hey, just to let you know, you're running around with a dildo strap to your forehead. It's really inappropriate for kids around. Even in day-to-day interactions with adults, it's probably inappropriate to wear a dildo strap to your forehead. I can't take you out anywhere in a public place, and I just think we shouldn't be friends anymore. Then you're probably in the massive minority here, and you should probably not wear a dildo strap to your forehead. I think, generally speaking, it's probably a really bad idea. In conclusion, keep a lookout for me in real life. I'm the guy wearing a fanny pack, a dildo on my forehead, a fedora, and socks with sandals.